Hello, students. Today we will learn the poem Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Invictus was written by the English poet William Ernest Henley. This is a short Victorian poem written in 1875 and published in 1888. In this poem, the poem talks about the deep realities of life, which are not smooth and flawless. He knows the hard truth of life that everyone's life is full of troubles which come with different circumstances. Now, in short, I will tell you the central idea of the poem. The central idea of the poem revolves around the poet's struggles and hardships that he had encountered at a very young age, and how, in spite of all these trials and tribulations, he fought with resilience to not only overcome them but also develop an attitude where he believes that no matter what the situation is, he will always be in full control of his life. The poet wants to be an ardent fighter of circumstances and have a never say die attitude. The poet William Ernest Henley, he suffered a tubercular infection that resulted in the amputation of a leg below the knee. This powerful poem was written shortly after this incident. It is all about showing courage in the face of death and of the will to survive with dignity in the face of severe hardships. Now let's read the poem Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Out of the night that covers me, here night is indirectly compared to difficulties. Hence the figure of speech is metaphor. Black as the pit from pole to pole. Black as the pit from pole to pole. Again, direct comparison between the dark night and a deep black pit. Hence the figure of speech is simile. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Now, what is the poet thankful for? The poet is thankful for his soul, which is unconquerable. And who is the poet thankful to? The poet says he is thankful to whatever gods may be for his unconquerable soul. The poet says that the hardships that surround him are as black as the center of the earth. So he thanks whatever gods that may be there for his unconquerable soul. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. So the poet is talking about the dark reality of life, about all the difficulties and hardships of the life which he had faced when he was young. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. In the fell clutch of circumstance means wicked trap, sufferings of the poet. I have not winced. Winced means I have not cried in pain, nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Fell clutch means wicked trap. Winced means felt hurt or cry in pain. Bludgeonings, violent beating with a club. Beaten over the head with a club or any other blunt instrument. So, what the poet is trying to say that he says that though he was a victim of wicked circumstances, he has neither reacted with pain nor cried aloud. Though he is suffering under the violent beatings of fate, his head is bloody but unbowed. There are several obstacles, several difficulties, several hardships in front of the poet, but still he is not crying, but still his head is unbowed. Despite wicked trap, despite sufferings of the poet. Now, which lines show that the poet has suffered hardships and pain? ऐसी कौन सी lines हैं poem में that shows that the poet has suffered with great hardships very bravely in the fell clutch of circumstances under the bludgeoning of chance? These are the lines which show that the poet has suffered his hardships very bravely. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. Means what? Beyond his place of wrath, wrath means anger, hatred. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms. Loom matlab to appear or stand over someone in a threatening way. Looms but the horror of the shade, मतलब हमेशा कुछ एक डरावना साया जो हम लोग बोलते हैं, looms. And yet the menace of the ears, menace means threat, finds and shall find me unafraid. मतलब चाहे कितने भी मेरे सामने कितनी भी डिफ़िकल्टीज आ जाए, but you will find me unafraid. I will stand courageously, I will stand bravely in front of all the difficulties. Now, what the poet is trying to say in third stanza is that beyond this world of anger and sadness in which we live. Now, how does the poet refer to the ears? The poet refers to the ears as a threat. So, and how is the poet describing this place, that means earth? The poet calls this place earth, a place of wrath and tears. So, beyond this world of anger and sadness in which we live, there exists the dark unknown which may hold more hardships for the soul. Yet, he says, even the threat of what may happen later does not make him afraid. चाहे कितनी भी मेरे सामने डिफ़िकल्टीज आ जाए, कितनी भी मुसीबतें आ जाए, but you will find me always brave and courageous. You will never find me unafraid. What does the night symbolize here in this poem? The night in the poem refers to the trials and tribulations faced by the poet. And what does this line symbolize? That my head is bloody but unbowed. Means what? This particular line indicates his suffering. It portrays the inner strength of the poet, and in spite of the unending pain, he still feels he can face any situation. No matter how difficult the situation is, he will keep his head up and fight such troubles. Now see the last stanza. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Very interesting stanza. In the last stanza, the poem says that it does not matter how narrow or difficult the gate to heaven is, or how many more punishments are written on the official roll of paper. The poet says with utter confidence that he is the master of his own fate and the captain of his soul. He has the sole authority of his own life. He is the master of his own fate and the captain of his soul. He can rule his own life and overcome his obstacles. He can manage his own life. He is like the captain of a ship. हम सब, we are the own makers and creators of our own fate and destiny. So we all are the captain of our ships. I am the matter of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. Figure of speech is repetition. And the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, A, B. Now see, again, in short, I will tell you what the poet is trying to say. The poet is describing how he had a hard life. He has encountered many troubles and circumstances, but has never given up even after being pushed by these evil troubles. After his life has been beaten down, he still feels strong and hopeful. He differentiates the fact that there will be more circumstances in the future that he cannot prevent from happening. However, the past troubled years have prepared the individual for the future ones. And now the author explains how a person is the controller of his own life. Whatever he encounters, such problems or troubles or such circumstances in his life, or whatever life throws at him, he knows that he is the captain of his soul and he can manage his own life just like the captain of a ship. He feels that his life is a big ship sailing through the waves of different circumstances and troubles. So he says that he is the master of his own fate and the captain of his soul. He is convinced that he can rule his own life and overcome all the obstacles. So, in this way, students, we have completed this poem. I hope you all have understood this poem. Read the poem carefully, try to find out the answers, and mark all the figures of speech. Okay, students, we will stop here. Bye, all of you. Take care.